to Tuesday at Total Mage. So I like to touch on usually something that came up in the last week or something that's looking to come up in the preceding week of news for video games. And something that has been quite interesting in the last, I'm going to say, week has been what's happened with Grainger, and then kind of what that spurred me then on to look at further, aside from what happened with Grainger in the UK, what has been happening with, I guess, the biggest brick and mortar here in the United States, and that would be Gamestop. So I don't know if everyone knows this. If you're watching this and you haven't heard, then you probably don't watch my channel or you don't subscribe to my website. But Grainger Games, it's a company in the UK with over 67 stores. They closed on the 28th and the 29th, all of their stores. Out of the blue, there were some issues with the company and there were some issues financially, but nothing that seemed insurmountable, excuse me. And then they just, out of the blue, employees received an email on the 28th, a third of the stores, and then on the 29th, the rest of the stores closed. Literally, it's like explanation of like how to pack everything up that's in stock and what to pack first. And I don't know if there's some concerns that people were going to come in and start taking things. As far as dating relationships goes, maybe people were going to come and start actually trying to seize some of the actual product to recapture some of their losses. I'm not entirely sure, because they were very specific about you need to pack the high-priced items in order. Like there was some type of timeline that they needed to be out by. It might have to do with leases. Not sure, but it's just a little unsettling to see somebody that big in the market just poof, gone. So that made me kind of wonder. So then I went and started taking like kind of a little peek over at GameStop and what they've been doing over the last year. And there's some things that kind of make you concerned. I mean, when you look at GameStop's overall stock price, they've just basically been like, down. It's just been this downward spiral with them for the last 2 years, even though they've performed really well both retail seasons, for Christmas. It doesn't seem to be having the positive net effect that they want on their growth. They're pretty much stagnant in the market. We're not seeing, we're seeing them make money. We're seeing them be competitive in price point, but we're not seeing growth in the market share. So that means that they've just figured out how to get more and more dollars out of the people that are already coming in, and how they've learned how to flow more of their top line revenue down into their bottom line, basically. But they're actually not growing the base of people that's buying their product, or not their product, but products from them. Which is concerning, because we all know, and then maybe this is an unhealthy thing, and this is one of the reasons I'm not particularly fond of the stock market. If you're not growing, you're shrinking. And that is true to a certain point. I mean, I work in business. I oversee business operation, and there is a certain amount of credence to, like, you do need to grow at the rate of inflation or slightly above it to keep on edge, to keep pace with wages, to keep pace with the cost of goods that you're doing. But GameStop, I mean, they're not even doing that, and that overall that actually is a shrinking trend. But aside from that, I think the fact that they can't grow the consumer base, and they can't bring more people into their stores, ultimately long term it means they're going to close. And I don't know when that's going to be, but I mean, just go Google how is GameStop doing, and just read the articles, and look at their their stock information. It's just atrocious, and it's sad. The day that it happens is going to be sad. I mean, I'll say I go to GameStop, I buy games, but I buy console games, and I usually buy them 2 to 3 years after they've released from GameStop. I'm going there to buy games used. I'm not going there to buy some brand new hot shit AAA video game. I'm going there to buy them used. If I'm going to buy something brand new, I'm going to buy it at Best Buy, or I'm going to buy it at Target, or I'm going to buy it on Amazon and have it shipped to my house. Those kind of things. So, GameStop, I don't know what GameStop needs to do. I really don't. It's going to be sad the day that they close, but it looks like it's going to happen. The thing that concerns me is I think it could happen very quickly, and we would have very little warning that it's going to happen, which is kind of sad. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about this week as far as the video game industry. I'd love to know your thoughts. Please Take a moment if you're watching this video to tell me that I'm a total moron in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take a moment and do so. We really appreciate your support. Until next time.